chief owes me their life whether they admit it or not.
What happened?
You know what happened.
You'll note there's a character named Flack Rockgroin. You could draw the necessary inferences as to whether Damon is with us.
I don't know. That sounds like a Cam thing to do too, honestly.
All right, then. So Ptolus is how I say it. I think the official pronunciation is Ptolus. It's an adventure setting by Monte Cook and friends. It's a big, sprawling city setting with lots of dungeons and different dungeon settings underneath, above, and throughout. So you can kind of combine urban fantasy and classic dungeon crawl. There is a lot to it. There's hundreds of pages. I just checked the last time I ran this, we got around 50 sessions or so in. And I realized I'd probably touched about a third of the material in the book. I could have run an equally long setting using completely different factions and cults and dungeons and things like that with very little overlap. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty rich and detailed setting. And it was used as a playtest setting for different editions of D&D along the way. So, of course, given that it was built really to go along with particular editions of D&D, I chose to run it using the Dungeon World rules instead. And Dungeon World, I think, at least I know some of you have played it with me. It is a more rules-light, narrative-based system that is pretty good for occasional play, but it can be pretty fun to level up characters over time as well. The only rules note I'll make about Dungeon World is how you roll stuff. Whenever you make a move or trigger a move, as it's called in the game, saying, okay, I'm going to walk down this slippery cave. Well, that's not going to trigger a move. You're being careful. I'm going to climb up the slippery 20-foot wall to try to get to that tunnel up there. I'm going to say, well, that's going to trigger the move called Defy Danger. So when a move is triggered, you'll usually roll 2 dice plus your modifier for an attribute. In this case, we might say dexterity. So do 2d6 plus your dexterity modifier. 10 or higher is a straight up success. 6 or lower is a failure. Something bad happens, and you get to mark an experience point. 7 through 9 is, you were successful, but something bad happened. Kind of like in Blades in the Dark, the 4 and 5 rolls are yes, but type rolls. There's a lot more to it as far as how the narrative works and how combat flows and things like that, but we'll leave that for when we actually start playing. About the city of Ptolus. Ptolus is legendary throughout the world, throughout the empire it's in. It's got a long history, an important part of the economy. It's a port town. It's been politically important and religiously important, but that's not why people know it. It has looming over it this ridiculously tall tower called the Spire. Vast, you could see it from insane amounts of miles around. Clearly, it could not be replicated even if you combined the greatest dwarven engineering, the highest elven magic, divine aid, anything. This is an unnatural thing looming over Ptolus. So it's known for that. Even more, it's known as the source of an all-encompassing evil that almost embraced the world in total darkness on not one but 2 separate occasions, historically. Recently, just in the last handful of years, legends have spread through Ptolus and beyond. Some adventurers called locally Delvers went underground in Ptolus. And it's starting to become clear that in addition to the visible spire and everything else we know about the city, there are networks and warrens of different dungeons of various origins with thousands of years of history. And at least according to some of the Delvers who have come up, laden with treasure, just jam-packed with stuff that's going to make you rich and or powerful. That's turned Ptolus into a sort of boom town with a delving-based economy. Some locals and some people drawn from all over the land are coming to Ptolus, in some cases dying very quickly, in other cases replicating the success of the first people that started this trend. That's you. You, for whatever reason, and we'll offer some reason in a bit, have decided to try your hand at delving in Ptolus. Now, before we start making characters, the group has a decision to make, and that'll kind of shape how I start the first couple of adventures. You can be local folk who were going about living your lives, see these grubby adventurers showing up with piles of silver or magic or whatever, and saying, that could be me. Or you could be from outside of Ptolus, drawn by these rumors of great treasure to be found. Either way, your group will already know each other and will figure out briefly why that is. And at the end of the character creation process, you'll be linked to each other by bonds, they're called in the game. So talk amongst yourselves. Do you want to be local or from out of town? Being local obviously means you'll have some local connections. Being from out of town won't be a great disadvantage, though. So just kind of like narratively, what sounds more fun to you?
He's local, but he grew up very,
Oh,
very
no. It's all or nothing. The whole group is local, or the whole group is from out of town.
We're all local, but we all grew up very, very sheltered. No, I don't know. Whatever.
In order to make it easier for me role playing wise, so I don't have to keep asking questions, I was just picturing coming from out of town. That way,
Okay.
I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I
Right.
wouldn't be some weird obvious detail of the city that I should know, but I actually don't. So that
Yeah.
was why I was thinking coming from out of town.
Sure. And in game terms, I'll volunteer stuff you would know. But yes, I think it can be, especially your first time playing in Ptolus, it can be a little handier to be from out of town.
Makes the most sense.
I'm absolutely on board with that.
Out of town she be.
right.
Then and we can flesh this out more. Actually, we can flesh it out more as we go, but think about, did you all kind of start in the same place, another city or whatever, bands together and make the journey, or did you somehow meet along the way? And in the bond creation process, you'll see you've probably encountered some stuff along the way that helped build your relationship a little. The conclusion is going to be you don't just meet in the tavern at the beginning of the first session. You all kind of know each other and
Right.
have
Yeah.
entered the city together. So just ponder that as we go through the process. Okay, so then we go to our character sheet. You've all selected your it's called your playbook, the character class. You've done that. Step 2, many of the playbooks have a race option. You'll choose one, and then that will give you a special move. Some might have only one, I think Paladin possibly. Others have 1, 2, or even 4 different races to choose from on the sheet.
Yeah, minus 2. Dwarf and human.
so
I picked human, which allows me to cast a wizard spell.
I am going to go with human. Halfling seems really, really cool, but me knowing me, spouting lore and discerning realities is probably something I'm going to want to do.
Human for me
Okay.
at the wizard.
I shall also be a human.
Yes.
Human.
Human.
I love all human party.
All humans all the time. Now
Stick with what you know.
You're such a fucking earthist.
That's right.
Now you could
Human.
choose a name, and you could see there are suggested names under the name field. You're not obliged to take one of those names, but if you are blocked, you can choose one or roll a die and pick one or come up with something else.
I'm Derek. Derek the cleric.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
you can
going
say
to
my
be
name.
as long
Black
as,
Rockroy.
as long as you're
Of the
Derek
Connecticut
cleric,
rock groins?
I am going to be Chief.
Chief?
Yeah,
Chief the thief.
Chief Thief.
I think that leaves one more. Or is that, I'm seeing Ajax Squeakberry?
Ajax Squeakberry, yeah.
Ajax Squeakby. Oh, are you one of the rat men from down below? That'd be amazing.
Almost. I'm here to clean up.
So, fun fact, in the long set I ran of this, somebody talked me into letting them be like a large rat man, which at the moment I was like, that's fine. A lot of these suggested early starting adventures are very rat and rat men as enemy centric.
Right.
So I had to
Yep.
come up with a lot of different stuff there. Okay. The next step is to use your look. And so on the sheets, it offers, I think, 3 things where you pick your look, or 4 actually in some. And so it might be body, eyes, clothes, and something else. In each category,
Sure.
either pick one or write in something that seems appropriate.
Chief Thief is lithe with shifty eyes, and he usually has his hood up, and he's dressed kind of dark.
Dark.
And you don't have to say them now, because when we introduce characters toward the end, you can offer that description.
Yeah.
That's true.
Toward the end, I want to hit
I'll
some
shut up.
rat man.
I've got it. I've got my description here. All right.
I've got mine.
Okay. Now we choose stats. So you'll have 6 numbers to assign to the 6 attributes, and it's your standard strength, constitution, etc. And it's on the sheet, I believe, but if it's too small, I also just pasted them in. So it's 16, 15, 13, 12, 9, and 8. And basically what you know of D&D, the same kind of things apply. Fighters want strength, wizards want intelligence, and so on. Clerics want
So
wisdom,
thief would be
dexterity,
Dex and
like, yeah.
probably Cha after that.
Sure.
Ah.
Y'all know I'm gonna try to be the face even if I'm not.
I mean, if you want to take it like a rogue approach to being a thief, absolutely.
I looked hard at the immolator, guys. I got to tell you,
Yeah, that one looked interesting.
it really
It was somebody
did.
played
I thought
that in
about
my
that
long session. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Is
I think
15 a
Jenny-
+1 or +2?
played it in ours.
Oh, that's
15
right.
is a
That's
plus
right. In
one.
the little one we did. Yeah. Yeah. So 16 is +2. The 15 will be +1. The only minus is the 8.
13 is +1.
13 is also +1. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the actual number is relevant because as you level up, you'll be adding to these, which can push you up
Right.
to a new modifier.
I seem to remember that.
Certain conditions might bring it down by 1 if you are stunned or poisoned or something like that. It might knock your
Mhm.
attribute score down by 1, which could bump your modifier down.
I think strength will be my dump stat.
What does precise do?
That is a tag for weapons. And you can use dex instead of strength when using that kind of weapon.
Oh,
So that is very handy for the thief type.
For
So if you have a rapier,
chief
for
thief, yeah.
example, you can roll plus dex instead of plus strength. Yeah.
and then range. Like, how does the range work?
So you're looking at your weapons now, I take it.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a bow will have. Does it just say ranged? Oh no. So yeah, it's range, touch, reach is weapon range.
So it says ranged bow near to weight.
Okay.
Near attacking at range when you can see the whites of their eyes. How they describe it.
Okay. But yeah, no, it's like hand close reach.
Yeah.
Right. So all the gear in the game, including weapons, has tags, and they become relevant narratively. So, oh yes, the pikemen are standing are like approaching, but they're 20 feet away. Well, that's in the range of your bow. Oh, I'm going to try to close on them with my rapier. Well, hold on, their pikes are much longer. They're going to keep you at long range, so you're not going to be able to engage and hack and slash with them, or at reach range.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to finesse my way in there.
I may be wrong, but I think everything is narrative based and just feeds the narrative rather than
Exactly.
any
Yeah. Don't
kind
worry
of
too much about
precise-
precise numbers. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really I think really up to the GM. It's like you come an agreement between the GM and the player. So for a lot of it.
Yeah, and I'll
It's
talk
pretty
about
cool.
this
It's
maybe
pretty-
afterward.
It's pretty loose.
Yeah. And I'll talk about that either when we start an actual session of play. And I should have said at the outset, we'll be doing character creation and bonds and group and kind of some of the basic stuff. But we won't actually get into adventure today because I want to have your characters in hand and some of the bonds and things like that to figure out your first thing that
That's a year away now.
it could be, couldn't it?
2026 before we get there.
I mean, I was tempted to say, "Oh, we'll play" because character creation goes pretty fast, but no, I can.
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's
I
fine.
think it's smart rather than try and stuff it all in and hurry it.
I'm
Has
just
everyone-
really eager to get into Ptolus.
Oh, yeah. Has everyone chosen their stats and figured out their modifiers? Or
Yes.
I'll say, is anyone still working on that?
No.
Hearing none. Your maximum hit points. So your hit points are equal to your Constitution score plus S's base hit points. So base hit points. Oops, that spells I just opened,
8.
of course.
Mine is 8 plus
And-
Constitution.
Right, and it says it right under that heart by hit points. 8
Yep.
blank plus Constitution.
6.
So-
So plus the entire number,
Yep, exactly.
the Constitution number. Okay.
So
Oh,
after playing
okay.
Dungeon Crawl Classics level 0
it's
characters,
the Constitution number. I thought it was the modifier. Oh,
no, it's
okay.
the actual number.
Oh,
I
cool.
prefer
So
to
yeah,
have
you'll
16
feel
hit
like
points than
superheroes
7.
compared to DCC. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I had 7 hit points. I have 16. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Having finished that complicated math, you're going to have some choices now, and some characters may not have choices. Some will. Under starting moves. So some places you'll see that move is checked off. That means it's there, and you already have it, and you don't have to select it. but there might be subcategories. Like I'm looking at the cleric sheet where you pick a god, and column in particular, but all of you, I have put a document that you should be able to click on and see relevant deities and Ptolus. And when we're done with the main part of character creation, we can flip through those. Everybody can have kind of a favorite deity, and especially the cleric, of course.
I had picked a DCC deity, and then I saw you put that there, so I figured I would pick one of your Ptolus ones to give you
That's
something
right, you
to work
will.
with. So I picked Blura, goddess of comfort in sadness, and she's a good deity. And so then I have to, so there's my god's name, and then I have to choose my deity's domain, and my domain is healing and restoration.
Cool. That's always handy.
I'm paying a straight up nice cleric here.
Ooh.
His
and
alignment is good.
We'll get to alignment next, one step at a time. And feel free to ask any questions, especially for those who haven't played the game before, because some of the moves are rule related. So if something doesn't make sense, feel free to ask. Ooh, yeah, the fighter gets to pick a signature weapon, which is fun.
Pick the throwing star.
No. The throwing star.
Pick the pitchfork.
The axe. The
There he
serrated.
is.
It's versatile too, so I took close and reach.
Your mind.
Yes.
The
Mind
most
bullet.
powerful
I
weapon of all.
Sarcasm. Biting sarcasm. I guess you're a pretty strong fighter, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay. Is anybody still working on moves or has any questions about the basic move or the starting move? Hearing none. The next step is now to choose alignment. And I'm going to say just to keep things adventurable, no evil, but anything else is up for grab.
Right, there is like a fourth empty spot, but there isn't anything
That's true.
really. Right.
That's true. You could write something in.
I don't. What would that? Like hungry?
Good, neutral, evil, lawful, or chaotic.
Oh, I see.
Options.
I chose a good.
Cool.
I chose bueno.
As did I.
I chose one of the alignments.
Do we have to? I guess. I don't know if I want one or the other. I'm not going to choose. It's going to be neutral.
If you
Okay.
choose not to decide, you still have made a choice, Garrett.
Wow. That's a good point.
Oh,
There is no neutral.
I've got a neutral.
For some
Oh.
sheets there is a neutral. Yeah.
Yeah.
No neutral clerics.
The god of meh.
We don't really care.
Gotta. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes, I guess. I'll do that maybe. Should be fine.
Okay. That takes us to if everybody's ready. Starting gear. Now on the in most cases, I think it's going to be on the second page on the left-hand side. It'll show starting gear. And some things are just there, but then there are some things that'll be choices. Like the fighter chooses between a couple armors and then chooses from a couple, 2 pieces of relevant adventuring gear.
Okay.
Done.
So what tell me a little bit about what adventuring gear versus so I can take adventuring gear or healing potions.
Okay. Adventuring gear is just it's almost sort of blades in the darky. It is ish, I should say, 5 uses. And then you say, when you rummage through your adventuring gear for some useful mundane item, you find what you need and mark off a use. So instead of specifying,
So it'd be
all right, I
like
have butt
torch
chalk
or
and
rope or
rope and
anything.
exactly
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You could say, oh, we could sure use a pole right now. I'm checking off one of my adventuring gear uses, and we have a pole.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Healing potion heals 10 damage or removes 1 debility, which usually attribute.
Okay.
Other questions about gear as you're picking? So I moved off that page in the book.
What?
Tell them about the weight, Rob.
The what?
Weight, or are you not going to do any encumbrance?
I'm not going to
Oh.
watch super closely on weight. Yeah.
Okay.
Except
Watch Garrett
armor.
because he will load up. He will carry everything you let him. He was trying to get around with carrying like 30 full plate armors in Katie's game.
No,
That seems fair.
Nice.
no.
Yes, you were-
I was litigious looking after everything in that game
But
until we got the bag of holding.
you're like, I want to pick this up.
No, but I was literally picking up every piece of metal.
Take all these animated suits of armor that we just killed with me.
No, I didn't. No, that was the one that I needed to pick, and I didn't pick.
Have you guys ever played the game Factorio? It's like a
No.
construction game. So I love it. But you can be just personally carrying around like 100 pieces of iron plate, a couple boilers. Like, and you've got a lot of slots. They all hold a lot of stuff. So you got like, many tons of stuff that you're just
That's
walking around
great.
with. Okay, now we're gonna have each of you introduce your character. So give your name, class, look, alignment, things like that. And we may get a little more of your background. I might ask follow-up questions along the way. Let's start with Cam, and I'm gonna be jotting stuff down in my brand new Ptolus notebook. It's actually a very old notebook that I just happened to see. Oh wow, I had some work notes in here from years ago. Oh, and somebody drew a picture. One of my kids drew a picture of Bruges in it. Oh, that's cute. The city.
The city?
Yeah. Huh. Okay. So we'll start with Cam.
So yeah, Chief Thief, not his real name, is a live, shifty-eyed, hooded character with dark clothes. Kind of a little bit of a wild card, human, who prefers to fight with his blades. So he's got a rapier on his hip and a bandolier with some throwing daggers in it. Kind of very Assassin's Creed type feel.
Excellent. Cool. All right. All right. That sounds good. Column.
No, not me. Skip me.
Skipping column. Damn it.
Okay. This is Flack Rockgroin. He's a wizard from out of town. He's got a wiry body, moody eyes, cowlicked hair that you don't see very often because he always keeps it tucked under a wide-brimmed hat. And he's got rugged traveling robes. So they're well worn, but they're also pretty sturdy. Keep him protected.
Okay.
He's got a staff, standard wizard stuff. And he's a good guy. Reasonably charming, even. Friendly, likes to be around. Eager and curious. Not the strongest guy around, but is tougher than he looks.
And just the rugged robes. Like, are you like a city boy or from a village or grew up in the wilderness?
I picture, at least as a child, he was rural, maybe wilderness, maybe farm, but essentially it kind of like thinks like, hey, if you're not prepared to be out of doors and be well protected while you're out of doors, and you're doing this wrong. And he knows that Ptolus is is often kind of rainy and is not the warmest of cities to be in. So he knows he's going there. He's like, yeah, these will do. I'm prepared for this.
And Cam, Chief, did he grow up on the streets of some other city?
Yeah, I think some other, whatever the second biggest city would be, but a real megalopolis that you could lose yourself in, 20 times over and completely reinvent yourself within the city, which I think he did several times, moving through undergrounds in various neighborhoods.
What? Hold on.
When you burn the bridges in Chinatown, you go to the other side of town and set up shop.
Excellent.
And change your name and no one ever sees you.
Great. Who wants to go next?
Ajax Squeakbury is your classic fighter protecting those on the road, traveling adhered far, but ready to find his way to Ptolus. He's a built individual with hard eyes and wild hair, calloused individual with his ancient axe and shield with his chainmail. He's carrying some things well enough to keep himself alive, and he's ready to get inside a city and see what he can do, what kind of damage he can do. He's been outside in the wilderness and helping those on their journeys. He's ready to figure out what's inside a city.
So it sounds like he was kind of like your walk the earth type character.
Yeah, essentially kind of like your level 1 hired fighter protecting those on the road, going back and forth between a handful of cities, but never really going to the big Ptolus and seeing what the hell the Spire was all about.
And Colin, can we come back to you?
Oh, yes, you can. Sorry. I am Derek, who is a frail young boy of about 15 years old, very thin, with kind, sunken eyes, keeps his hair very neat, dresses in the monk's habit of the followers of Blura, the goddess of comfort in sadness, of whom there are very, very few followers left in the world. She is a goddess very much on the wane. And Derek has been sent out on his mission, and his mission is to convert everyone to the worship of Blura because she is a good goddess, offers protection to all, and that's his jam. He's quite frail. He has a very weak constitution, but he arms himself in chainmail with a shield, carries a mace, so he is prepared to stand up for the goddess and his beliefs, and just good in general. All that's good and holy in the world.
And so, Column, some deities are, I mean, nobody's monotheistic to the point where they don't believe other gods exist, because they clearly do and sometimes manifest. But some are very exclusive with worship, like the most popular religion of Lothian. You pretty much are in for just that one. When you say convert people, is it you want them to exclusively devote themselves to Blura, or make sure that she's included as one of the main ones for lots of people?
Yes, just spreading the good word. Spreading the good word of Blura. He's well aware that he's got that the odds are stacked against him on.
Then before we get to bonds, which is the next step in Dungeon World, a little thing I've added, if you scroll up just a bit in the chat, I have a list of 12 possible motivations. Like, what is a main driving force? Doesn't have to be the only driving force that says, yes, you want to do the insane and expose yourself to enormous risk for what cause. So I have a list of 12 there. You can pick one, certainly. There are 12, so you might be able to find some sort of randomizing device if you don't want to choose. But to take a scan through that.
Mine's number 7. Spread the word
spread
of
the
the
word
deity.
of a deity. Okay.
Number 6, explore the unknown.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. I'll take 9. Live the high life. Find gold, spend gold, party.
That seems to fit the character, yeah. You didn't say he was a good missionary of the goddess.
No, he is. He's good. So his alignment is good.
Oh, I didn't mean good in the sense of good versus evil, as a good versus crappy at job. Okay, Garrett? Or if you're still looking,
11,
that's fine.
test yourself. What can you achieve and endure if you put your mind?
That actually fits pretty perfectly based on what you've said so far. That's great.
Yeah. I guess build something to create. I'm going to say uncover the past. 12.
Okay, that's fun. Cover past.
Because I think my motivation is I'm resentful of power.
Oh, what better way to fight power?
And I would like to kind of tear down the establishment, and I think maybe uncovering the past might be the way to do that.
Okay. And this is a guide for me to the sorts of things you're interested in having your character do or experience. It won't be the only thing your characters do or experience. And in certain sessions, I might say, I might invoke that as a chance to gain an extra experience point. Like, did you get to explore your motivations in this session? That now takes us to bonds. Now, once everyone has described their characters, you can choose your bonds. You must fill in one bond, but it's your best interest to fill in more. For each blank, you'll fill in the name of one character, and then there are suggested ones on each of your sheets that would fit well. And then I think there's a blank where you can, on everybody's, where you can fill in something different that seems appropriate. But you can read through the suggested ones and either use them or use them to inspire something else.
I'm pretty sure I stole something from Derek. He seems like someone I would steal something from.
Right. And
I don't know exactly what, but that's something Derek and I talk about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Derek, did you know that he stole from you?
No, because I have Chief is in constant danger. I will keep him safe. So no,
I think you do know.
Derek is this guileless 15. He's just a child, and he has grown up basically in absolute isolation in this weird little monastery devoted to a dwindling god that nobody worships anymore. So he knows he's a pretty clueless young man.
And I think you have I can fix him syndrome. I lifted your purse, you found out about it, and you're like, I need to save this fucker.
Nice.
Might you have stolen
I see
from
good
him
in him.
Might you have stolen from him for his benefit, like as a lesson? Like, this is really the way the world works.
Or at least that's how I would have justified it to myself.
Right. Yeah, I don't don't see Derek having any money though. I've listed as his
Well, I mean,
possessions. His symbol of the divine is a pouch of ashes, which contain some of the ashes of the foot of someone called Albert the Meek. So he doesn't have a lot to go on. So
well, I mean, neither. Okay, well, we can think of something else.
He's unaware. No, he's unaware. He is unaware that you have stolen anything from him.
Okay.
That's fine. No, he's all out for. He looks up to Chief, and Chief has already stolen from him. So Chief should feel terrible.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what I could have stolen.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
His
You could have
heart.
stolen a few.
I mean,
you could have stolen the few coins he.
Yeah,
was
just
given.
your pocket change is all I'm talking about. Your lunch money.
Absolutely, but I have no idea you stole it from me.
Okay.
I think it's better if you do. It's like, don't give me your money. You're going to lose in the city. I know better than you do.
I guess given that, I guess Derek has my back when things go wrong.
There you go.
Does someone else want to know that I stole from Derek? Someone want to know incriminating details about me?
I mean, if we're looking to just dump some of this out, sure, Flack could know.
Okay.
So what do I know?
You know that I stole Derek's wallet.
Okay, got it.
Great. This is working out really well because the next thing I have written down is Flack is a good and faithful person. I trust them implicitly. I like it. Keep going with it.
Okay. Who hasn't done one or announced one yet?
At some point down the line, we're going to have a very special episode of Ptolus.
Yeah. So, I have sworn to protect Flack. I have sworn to protect Flack, and I also worry about the ability of Derek to survive in the dungeon.
That's fair.
I have Ajax. Ajax has insulted my deity. I do not trust him.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sure you just said something just off the cuff and was not meant in any real malice. But as I said, this kid is very, very young and gormless and impressionable. And very, very devout.
All right. We'll go with Chief owes me their life, whether they admit it or not.
What happened?
You know what happened.
No, I don't.
I got you out of it.
That's what this time is for.
Exactly. So I guess in the process of stealing Derek's pouch, not only did Flack see it, but some other people saw it in the band while we're making our way to Ptolus. And so I, looked big and mean and was wielding my axe and kind of keeping them at bay, as in at reach, and like, there's nothing you need to see here. This is just regular stuff that happens on the road, and it's none of your business. You're going to Ptolus. You're not looking at this chief thief guy or whatever his name is. So I kind of intimidated people into turning the cheek and keeping it between you and Derek.
And then that evening, I would have approached you and offered you a cut and said, there's more of this if you keep doing that. Do you want to have a con running with me?
Okay.
I'll be the muscle, you be the brawn. Just in kind of in general, like
that sounds pretty lucrative indeed. But you got to watch yourself. You drew that much attention. Might be needing a couple more healing potions than what I got. But yeah, let's set it up.
I must have had a bad roll there because I should be good at that shit. But I'm here for it.
I think it was more of the reaction of Derek. And it was subtle. But it was enough where Ajax caught it and a couple other people caught it.
Who does anybody have only one bond picked still?
I haven't announced any of mine. I had them already picked.
Right, okay.
It's funny how they fit in. So for Chief, my bond is Chief is keeping an important secret from me. I don't know if we want to just let that sit there for a bit, Chief, or if you want to try and work that out now in public. But I guess I don't know it. My character doesn't know it, so I guess that's up to you. We can pass on that for the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Your third nipple.
But you're keeping an important secret from me.
Okay.
For Derek, I have down that Derek. This is great because of me knowing that Chief stole Derek's pocket change. Derek is woefully misinformed about the world. I will teach them all that I can. And
I like that.
Yeah, I like that one too. I think that fits in with the stealing of the pocket change, quite frankly. And Ajax. I have down Ajax will play an important role in the events to come. I have foreseen it.
Oh, that works well with me being sworn to protect you. which you know nothing about.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Any others? Okay. So bonds obviously give some character development and relationship development, but also sometimes at the end of a session when we review experience points, this won't happen every session or even most sessions, but you might say, hey, you know what? I think we've either resolved that bond and made nice or whatever the resolution looks like, or it's advanced to mean something else, and you might get an experience point then for that bond. Let's take a moment for our 2 spell casts. You each have on your spell sheet, you'll get, for the cleric, all of your rotes are available. They're effectively level 0. And for the wizard, your cantrips are available to you when you prepare your spells. And you could pick them now if you'd like. You get to prepare at the beginning only first level spells, and you can have, spells of your choice from your spell book whose total levels don't exceed your own level plus 1, meaning you will each have 2 level 1 spells prepared.
I see.
Using a spell doesn't necessarily use it up. Like if you roll a 10 through 12, you can cast it and keep on casting it. If you fail, you might lose it. And also sometimes on that 7 through 9, you successfully cast the spell, but you've used it up until you prepare spells again. It doesn't have to be that. It could be, it does harm to your enemy, but also harm to a friend or innocent bystander. There can be other ways for the 7 to 9 to play out. Often I'll give a choice.
Kind.
Hopefully the choice is always difficult.
Yeah. Just for what it's worth, the first level wizard spells I picked were Detect Magic, Magic Missile, and Invisibility.
Invisibility's level 1. That's nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. And also because I'm a human, I get to choose 1 cleric spell.
Oh, there you go.
And I chose Speak with Dead.
Ooh. Where are you going to find
Okay.
dead people in Ptolus?
Never. Nowhere.
I mean, let me know. Just pick one. It can be a dead person. Real quick.
Did you say I have 2 spells to start with? I thought I just have 1.
2 level 1 spells, I believe. I'll double check that for cleric.
Okay.
What is that? 1 plus.
Okay. I do have 2, but one of them is my wizard spell because I'm allowed to choose a wizard spell.
Okay.
So I assume that is not in addition to my 2 spells. It is just another option I have.
I
as my
think that's
second
how
That
it
is-
works.
that
It's
is
just
correct,
another
yeah.
option.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
I chose Cure Light Wounds and Charm Person. So it's
For what it's
Just really
worth, I would assume you'd know this, but inside the city of Ptolus, Charm
Yes.
Person would be illegal to cast.
cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know this because I'm a gormless idiot boy.
You actually would. That player's guide is sent out. You don't have to read it, but it is all stuff that either your character has learned on the way, learned since arriving, or could very easily find out just by asking at a tavern or a city guard or whatever. So that none of that is
Okay.
spoiler material.
Well, I'm gonna have
and-
to find another one then.
Well, I mean,
You
you
can
could
still
use it
cast
in the
it.
dungeons. So the main thing with Charm
And-
Person, things like that is if you Charm Person for the local merchant to have them give you stuff for free, that's really what they're worried about.
Have to be careful where you use it.
The spells that are really illegal in Ptolus are things that create undead or that start fires that are
Oh.
going to like spread through the city. Again, down in the dungeons, it's another story, or up in the
Right.
dungeons, or over.
If Chief dies, I'm coming back as an immolator.
Yeah, Immolators, it is an interesting challenge in Ptolus, yeah.
Here's what I want to have happen with Chief. I do want him to die, and then I want him reincarnated as a dwarf.
Just because that's what you want to do with me?
Yeah, every time. I hope that happens
Every-
to every character.
Every time.
Isn't that something that happened in another game?
Yes. Well, and the problem was, like, my entire character was built around my race, and all my stats, like, instantly went to shit. It's like insta nerfed my character. I almost wish I'd rolled up another. No, I don't, because he was a great character. And it was a
It
great
was
game.
great.
But
It turned out to be really great.
I was like, holy shit. Oh, and that was like our first combat. I got permadeaded.
Well,
Wow.
no, to be fair,
Jeez.
it wasn't actually. It was several
Yeah.
sessions in. But yeah,
but
it was early.
I think we were still. I don't think we were level 3 yet.
I think you were second level
1 or
when it
2.
happened. Yeah,
Oh.
I think you were second level. So funny.
Yeah. And I was doing everything right. I was playing the cleric role, and I was way in the back, And for some reason, we walked around the corner, and someone chucked a spear past everyone straight into my chest, and like dealt like they critted and dealt like 3 times my maximum hit points.
Nice.
Like we just walked around the corner and wham!
It was amazing.
It was great. And that was the second time I died, because I died one time in my character backstory.
Oh, is that right? I don't remember that detail. Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, I drowned on a boat,
Oh,
and then
wow.
I woke up and devoted myself to Strid.
That's right. Okay. Funny
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
That is the basics of character creation. You, apart from column, you can look at the thing of deities that I sent, and if there's something that you feel like your character would be devoted to, that's an interesting bit of character development. Not everybody is. Everybody, of course, believes in the gods because they show up sometimes. But you might not be particularly observant or devoted to any or all of them. And just so in playing Dungeon World, I'm gonna really try to get into the spirit of the narrative rule system that I haven't completely gotten yet. And so here's an example. So you're triggering moves in the game, and that's what triggers rolls. And one of the moves is hack and slash, right? That means I am fighting this enemy. We'll say it's an orc. I roll. You guys are always doing all the rolling. If you succeed, you deal damage. If you are moderately successful, you trade damage with the orc. If you fail, something bad happens. Possibly that orc damages you, or knocks your sword away, or knocks you down prone, or something else bad like that. But part of how it can work, but not every hack and slash move. So I gave the example, you're fighting 3 pikemen. They're standing at the end of the corridor. I'm going to run in and stab them with my dagger, hack and slash. Well, hold on. Narratively, they're keeping you at pike distance with their pikes. How are you going to get in and do that? You can't just hack and slash then. You might say, well, I'm going to tumble through, dodging between their blades, get up close to them. That might take an extra beginning roll called Defy Danger, rolling your dexterity. Or your buddy might say, I'm going to use my war axe and try to chop the blades off of their pikes so you could get in and start stabbing away. Or it might be a situation, let's see, how about Ajax, right, is squared off. The pikemen have dropped their headless pikes, pulled out their short swords. Ajax is trying to just swing wildly and occupy all of them. And Chief Thief has snuck around behind, and that might not be a roll at all. I might just say, yeah, they're so occupied with this madman with the axe, you can just deal your damage. As a thief, you also have the backstab move, which you might prefer to use in that situation as well. So figuring out when rules apply, because if you think about it, if you just roll straight up, it's as easy to hit the kobold and deal damage as it is to hit the armored titan and deal damage. Narratively, though, of course, it isn't. It's much harder to get to the titan without being squished first. So I'm gonna really try to embrace that. The way I started the last one narratively, I called it Down and Out in Ptolus. Where people were set up, you'd come, had high hopes of adventuring, and been striking out and desperate for something to come your way, and have a place to live and things like that. We could start you that way, or I don't know. We could start on your way into the city gate. I don't have a particular adventure planned until after the session. We could start with something happening at the city gate, or you could have been around for a while and have found a great score that you think no other rookie adventurers have stumbled across yet, or you could get caught up in some kind of intrigue. Any of those sound particularly appealing or unappealing to anyone?
I personally, and it doesn't need to be, session 0.5 or session 1, but I like Rob DMing intrigue. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But if it makes more sense for a session 1 to throw us up against some sewer rats to get our feet wet, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I won't necessarily draw you into the highest of intrigues right off the bat. There will be a basic starting point. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think half the appeal of playing a city setting, I know there's all kinds of dungeons underneath, but
and above.
I want to become better at running political intrigue, so I always enjoy playing it.
Okay. And sometimes that dungeon crawl could be related to reasons of intrigue. for sure.
Mhm.
And I absolutely love smashing stuff. But I remember that was one of the things that I thought was really well balanced in Blades in the Dark.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yep.
really built for that for sure.
Yeah.
But the Ptolus setting is too, because there are 8 or 10 noble factions all at cross purposes, various crime syndicates, zillions of temples with their own agendas, evil cults. Yeah, everybody's intriguing.
This is a weird place where it's like, oh, by the way, there's this massive, graveyard to the whatever on the north side of the city or whatever, and don't go there.
Right.
Just
We
don't
go there
go.
during the day. Visit the loved ones during the day, but at night, the undead will probably kill you. Yes.
Right, yeah. Oh, but this is teeming with undead. We're not going to do anything about that. This very competent city watch that's mentioned multiple times. We won't do anything at all about it.
Well,
just stay away. I was like,
well,
okay.
Because the sense is that, hey, in that big building over there, there's like literal probably demons. And maybe we could deal with them, or maybe we'll just make them mad.
Right. All I'm saying is like that, for at least a couple hundred years, apparently, like no one has decided we're going to deal with this obvious danger in some way. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a fantasy campaign. I'm not really complaining. Just some of these, like when I think about these details, I'm like, really, no one has even thought to try. Like I scanned through the history, and I was like, no one has thought to try. Apparently.
So the problem there is that yes, there's constant looming threat and death from the graveyards, and there's also the spire.
Right, and there's also the spire. Exactly,
Which,
same thing.
At least 2 elemental or primal forces of evil have almost conquered the world, starting there. And then there's everything underground. If we put everything we have into the graveyard, is that have the other evil forces just been waiting for the opportunity? And remember, there's possibilities that one of the noble families or more are in league with some of those evil forces.
Oh, sure, right, yeah.
And might sabotage. But yeah, I mean, to live in Ptolus is to basically just have to keep blinders on to the fact that vampires could come out of there. God knows what could come from up there, and we're pretty sure there's a lot under the ground too.
Right,
and the weather's not great.
It's a little bit like living in today's world, where it's like, you just kind of you just have to decide you're not going to process some things. You're just going to maintain some cognitive dissonance in order to survive.
Okay,
it's a strange place.
So then the player's guide is that knowledge that's all known to our characters?
Yeah, either it's at the tip of your tongue. So you have access to everything in there. Like I said, you either have learned it, you've heard it along your travels, or since you've gotten to town, or it's so easy to find. You wouldn't need a die roll to learn it. Just a quick asking around would. Oh, House Vladam, yeah, they're that noble house. They have an evil reputation. There's obviously a lot more you could know about them, but you have some of those basics.
There's pamphlets for everything. Oh, there's a pamphlet for that. There's a pamphlet for that. Nice.
So you've been bitten by a ghoul.
Yeah. I do appreciate that Monte Cook is very unapologetic, where he's like, look, this is based on D&D 3, especially as it was being developed. Everything that it says is kind of common there, is the default, is what's going on here. Like, I do kind of appreciate just the very straight up, this is a D&D world. Everybody knows there's magic. They can't necessarily cast it or whatever, but they've all seen it. Everybody's heard of horrible monsters if they haven't necessarily seen them.
Yeah, there will never be the thing like, oh yeah, sure, buddy, an ogre attacked you. Like, oh yeah, an ogre attacked you. Ogre's going to attack you. You're going to get ogres. Oh my God, he's casting a magic spell, but look at his shoes. It's not like magic is something that's going to shock people.
No, this is the first campaign that is like that straightforward with it. So, I appreciate that. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
So for advanced preparation, you don't need to do much. Your character sheets, I wasn't going to have you send me your character sheets, but if you could, I guess I can look them over, like especially tracking the bonds a little more closely will be fun.
Mine's just all pure text.
Receive them?
Can I just send it that way?
Text is fine, yeah. I'm not picky about the form. What was that, Colin?
It wasn't me. I didn't say it.
Oh, who was talking? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, do you like them emailed, DM'd, in Discord? What's easiest for you?
I actually DM'd in Discord, or actually just even on the Discord chat is super easy.
I'll DM you.
Okay, that works.
It's not like
I'm a thief, I'm KG.
Yeah.
What's the?
That's right.
Pictures with my phone.
What's the damage of a staff? Because I don't know how much damage I do.
The damage is determined by the character. So it'll say on your sheet the damage you deal when you use a weapon that you're able to use.
Where is
The staff
that?
just determines that, hey, you can poke. If somebody's charging you at a dagger, you might be able to hold them at bay with that longer staff.
I see. Yeah, those are okay. Yeah,
and you could knock somebody out with it. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot about that detail of the system. Yeah.
And then it can be kind of fun. Look at your character sheets for future reference to see the usually on page 2, I think, for everybody. Oops, of course I just opened a spell book instead. Advanced moves. So as you level up, you get to do 2 things. You get to add 1 to an attribute of your choice, and you get to pick one of your advanced moves. So the first ones on there are once starting with level 2. And then the next chunk is ones that are options you can add into the mix starting at level 6 if we play it that far. As it turned out, with that group that I thought was going to be a short thing, and we went like 50 sessions, we had people getting up to like level 10, which was pretty cool. Yeah, and Ptolus totally accommodates that. And there are things that are kind of almost on a par with Tomb of Horrors, like almost insta-death type dungeons for very, very high level characters that you can aspire to.
Oh, God.
You see what he did there?
No, I didn't. No points awarded.
And if you, on your own time, like, you don't need to prep Dungeon World at all, but if you are curious and want to read it, it spoils nothing to know the rules. So read all you want of the book. That doesn't harm anything.
I've honestly kind of wanted to buy the book for a while. This might just be my excuse to do it.
Dungeon World is a good book.
But for anything beyond the Player's Guide to Ptolus, if you're interested in ever owning it, hold off or don't crack it, because there are some particular things in there that I will use as that are probably best not.
There's also like a bunch of different editions of Ptolus. Plus, I mean, it costs like $160. So.
Well, I bought it only in PDF, so it wasn't quite that expensive.
Yeah, it's really expensive. So, but
really?
It's a huge. It's an enormous book. It's like 600 pages or something.
Yeah,
it's like just a huge gargantuan book. But no, I've stayed away from it. The price has always put me off. But
and so continue to avoid it.
I know Rob has it, and he would eventually run it for us. And here we are. Sorry, Rob, what were you saying?
Oh, that's okay. No, I would definitely hold off on it. But yeah, it was, and I actually have some other supplemental material. I think that came along with the package. So there's the however many 100 pages in the book and other stuff.
Yeah, I'll read the player's quick start thing you sent. I just didn't. I was too busy this week to get around.
Oh, that's okay. I enjoyed reading it when I first played it.
I just want to. I'm just going in there blind. I just want to have the world created through the magic of Rob's words.
Woo! And the 500+ page book.
And the 500+ page book.
Oh, the maps are kind of neat.
In the Player's Guide, yeah. You get a lot of details. The fun thing about it is, go ahead, Colin.
I was going to say Monte Cook. The art in any Monte Cook product is off the charts, as they say. It's always fantastic.
I'm probably gonna run down to the library and print this.
Oh, the map? Yeah, it is handy to have.
No, I'll probably just print the whole player's guide.
Oh yeah, I actually have a physical copy because I played it before I ran it. A friend of mine ran a fair amount of sessions, and he had the physical copy, which included multiple copies of the player's guide that you can give out.
Gotcha.
So, cool. I have a copy of that, a physical copy. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's 672 pages.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, it's enormous. It's an enormous.
Holy.
And a fun thing is there are like some of the like dungeon type things are laid out, map, encounters, and so on. And there's quite a bit of that. But there's also like lots of insert your dungeon here opportunities.
So some real.
There's a lot of blank space where you can really fill in too. Yeah.
Real.
Are you
D&D stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning on how are you planning on doing maps and stuff like that?
I haven't. So I think I've got a bunch of downloaded maps and things like that. I'm probably going to paste some into Discord. I don't think I'm going to set up a Roll20.
A Roll20? Okay.
Because I think all I would be doing there was but then I
Roll 20 is just easy to ping on sometimes.
Rob, if you're gonna run a Monte Cook thing and there's not gonna be color handouts, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yes, all hand drawn by
art.
me. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
only things I draw though.
One time we did that, we just on roll 20, just all got out the line tool and we just drew the map as the DM was telling us where doors were where.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, somebody did that.
It was honestly a lot of fun. Yeah.
Somebody did that when I ran Tomb of Horrors at Game Hall this year. That's what one person did. He just took out a sheet of paper and he just started. I was just talking and he was just mapping it as I talked. It was the coolest thing I've seen.
That's old
I was
school.
like, oh yeah, people really do that. Well, he was old,
but it works well in roll 20 too.
Yeah. Oh, it does. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seeing some dude just do it on a sheet of paper with something else.
Was it even graph paper or was it just like loose leaf?
No, it was graph. Paper.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got a book with graph paper right next to me, so if we need it, we can do it.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm excited I'm really looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it for many years to go to Ptolus. So.
Oh, cool. Okay, I did not know that.
So
next week is the 23rd. I believe I could play.
Happening. Oh, really?
Play.
Oh, you thought it's not happening? I mean, if people are gonna have family in or be going, obviously, then
I don't know. If I have family in, I'll be out. But we can play it by ear.
Well, okay, yeah, we'll email about and
as
see.
we always do.
Yeah, and if Jenny wants to get in, maybe I'll try to get her on a little early sometime to go through her character creation. But it's pretty easy to add people into the mix. And I was able to mostly do it when I had this. So what ended up happening is my brother was on the West Coast for this Ptolus campaign, and so I had to start late. But I had some people here who could not stay up past like 8 at night. They just couldn't. So I ended up with a Friday night session I had a Friday night session and a Saturday day session, both in the Ptolus world with different, somewhat overlapping groups of characters, and some would come in and out of either one.
I like that. That
which
sounds
is cool.
Difficult and fun.
Yeah, and I was mostly able to have each session be kind of a one shot. So it wasn't like, oh no, they're in the midst of this thing deep underground. How the hell do I get this extra person there? But we'll see. And I don't think we're committing to playing 50 sessions and reaching level 10 either. But if we do,
I'm not committing to it.
See how it goes.
As always, see how it goes for sure. All right. Well, I think that one. Well, I guess character creation does go pretty quick in this. I think that's everything we were supposed to accomplish with that, though.
That's fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
We didn't die.
I do. I remember the little bit that we played before, where I had my druid character. I did it. I like this system as as it's not exactly D&D light, but it's more like D&D streamlined. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know how it, like you were saying earlier, I don't know how it would work for an extended campaign, but.
Well, one of the things that makes it fun is the advanced moves can be pretty cool and give different twists to characters, and starts to make like the fighter who's made these choices pretty different than the fighter who made those choices.
Yeah.
And that's
I just remember having a lot of fun. It was usually me and Damon and Cam. And Cam was like a barbarian, I think.
That's right.
And then Jenny was an immolator, and then we lost Jenny. But then, the thing I liked about it was we would just pick it up every few months or so.
Yeah.
And we would run a session of it, and I thought it held together really well. I mean, God bless you, you always managed to keep the narrative. It was we were always like wherever we had sat down 2 months before, we were still
journeying from there.
Yeah.
Though, God, I had this settlement that you're supposed to arrive at. Yeah.
Yes, you were getting this back. There was definitely a story arc forming in the background. But it's a lot of fun. I like it as a system. I think it's
pretty great.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's very, very narrative, which I think is also cool. I really enjoyed the combat in it. I remember
moves.
And I like the whole thing. Yeah, the moves, like the various, oh, you have them here. They're not on the character, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll send out on the move sheet. I'll look that up too.
where you declare like the move thing you're trying to do or whatever. I thought that was all very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's got a nice kind of narrative flow to it, which I find something like Dungeons and Dragons or DCC just kind of there's just these restrictive steps that you have to go through, which just are not there in this at all. And so I know that carries over into stuff like Blades in the Dark,
so
where it's got that too. But for this, where it's basically D&D, where it's it's basically your straight fantasy setting, I really like it. I think it's really cool. Yeah. And I think you could probably use it for just about anything. I mean, is there any reason why you couldn't play Keep on the Borderlands with Dungeon World rules?
Right. On the GM side of things, they suggest keeping more spaces open and having it less well defined, so you can kind of wing almost like what happens next in the dungeon, but you don't have to do it that way. Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'd be curious because I think it's a really nice light system. Yeah. It's really easy to learn, especially for players. Because again, like I think it's like this is like this apocalypse, isn't it? So where
Apocalypse World is the system.
The GM really does the kind of the heavy lifting. So
the challenge of this and Blades is always the 7 through 9 rolls or the 4 or 5 rolls in Blades in the Dark. Okay, something good happens and something bad happens. That's where you really are ad-libbing a little. I mean, sometimes it's obvious, and sometimes you're kind of making it up as you go. But I love that too.
Yeah, and it's always a hard balance to, how hard do I want to be on the players?
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is
you want to be hard enough without,
when you fail a roll too, it isn't just, okay, I'm going to pick this lock. You failed. So now what do you do? Like something has to flow out of the failure. You failed to pick the lock and the noise woke up the Golem sentry or something like that.
Yeah, you are, role playing is, in my opinion, exclusively yes-anding. But I think in this game, as the GM, it's especially everything is yes and, or you failed and
exactly.
It's always building off that last thing, and that keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, which is a little daunting, but also I really enjoy it too. So,
all right, we'll keep you on your toes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, good. I'm looking forward to playing this. I might send a little note as a preview between when we play, but yeah, let's be in touch over. And it may not happen till January, but that's okay.
This way it'll be. Okay. This way it'll be.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
we'll
you.
talk to you later.
Everyone.